How can anyone, whether they want to work in a language school or privately from their own laptop anywhere in the world, create a rewarding and impactful career teaching English as a second language, even if they are just starting out or have no teaching experience or ability? Hi, my name is Lynette Kim, and here on the TESOL Talk podcast, I aim to answer that very question. Teaching very shy students can be daunting, and for a new ESL teacher, it is a big ask, particularly when you're teaching online. So there are a few things that I do that really help to draw the students out and get them talking as much as possible. Firstly, when I'm looking at the material that I'm teaching online with children, I make sure that as much as possible, I get the children to read the information, read the instructions, read the vocabulary, and then get them to take turns going from one child to another, so that they're all speaking out loud. And so it gives them just that little bit of a boost to use their voice and speak up, because they are afraid of making mistakes and embarrassing themselves. The other thing that I like to do is to be really encouraging. So important with your body language. You've got to use your hands, your eyes, your face. You've got to almost have a look of anticipation with joy and expectation at what their response could be. Let it hang in the air. So the other thing is, a thing a lot of teachers want to do is fill in awkward silences. Sometimes you have to do that, but a lot of times you just need to hold back. When a student can see your body language and your hands and your face and your eyes are lit up and you're waiting for their response, and you let that awkward silence hang, they will answer. And if the particular student you wanted to answer doesn't, you can ask another student, say, "Oh, little Johnny, what could so-and-so say?" And then you get a response no matter what. Another thing you can do is try and get as much pair work going. Have two students ask and answer each other questions and then swap, and another two. Even teaching online, you absolutely should be doing this, because remember, that goal is 80% student talk time, 20% teacher talk time. Another thing to consider when doing this is to have little knickknacks and interesting things that you can show them. There's nothing wrong if a lesson is becoming difficult because students are shy to answer. Break it down and simplify it, or interrupt the lesson just for a minute for a little bit of fun. Like, have those little items handy, and you can hold something up and go, "Oh, what's this?" And then, "Oh, what's that?" And just a quick game. Play a quick game with them with the items, or some other quick game with the vocabulary that you're teaching. But no matter what, your goal is to get those students talking. So even for a moment, asking them questions that you know they can answer, so it's safe and the child won't be afraid or shy to make a mistake. So just distracting from the lesson for a sec, asking a couple of simple, easy questions, getting some responses, and then go back and ask that new thing that you were asking that the student was very quiet and wouldn't answer, or the class as a whole wouldn't answer. So there are ways, but all along, your body language and your voice needs to be very positive. It needs to be very upbeat, and you need to have that look of expectation, that warmth, that friendliness, make them feel it's an absolutely safe environment to make mistakes. Or another thing you can do is get the class to answer as a whole. So, okay, everyone's going to call out the answer in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And try and get them to do it that way as well. Trust takes time to build up with a new class. So when you're very new and the students are getting used to you, don't push too hard. Little bit by little bit, build up your expectation of the students and their expectation of what they need to do and how much they need to answer. Always keep building on it. Don't ease back, because students will fall back into familiar habits. So the more encouraging you are, the friendlier, the warmer, the more cheerful, and just leaving those little spaces where there's that slight bit of awkward silence until the student is like watching your face, like you're all expected. It's like watching a ball game and someone's about to catch the ball, and it's like that. The student will feel compelled to answer, and that's a great way to get the maximum amount you can out of a shy student and encourage them in an ongoing way to keep going.